All right, we have another episode of Under Further Review here. A lot of big news breaking in the NFL world, especially on the home front. John here, Steve here. Let's just jump right into it. Brian Daboll was fired today. The news broke around midday, I would say around like lunchtime. I saw the report come up on my phone. I got a few text messages from friends. And I mean, like, there's no way around it. Like what happened this season and like what was on the line for Dable. He got to draft his guy, the quarterback that he wanted in the first round. They traded up for him, and I think like heading into the season, John Mara wanted, even I think the expectation was there, better results, maybe growth from this organization. Organization that the past two seasons, and if you include this season, this is the third straight year they've started 2-8. They're typically in the top five for draft picks every year, which is not a good story at all, unless you're like trying to rebuild real quick. You know that once in a while, top five, top 10 pick is nice, but for the Giants, it's just becoming a reoccurring theme, and it's just everything was written on the wall. I feel like you just probably saw this coming after the Broncos lost, and then there was reports that came out that Mara wanted to fire Daboll as soon as he got off the plane coming back from Denver, but he kind of calmed down and thought about it and gave him a little bit of extra time. But the facts are there. They're 0-4 this season in games that they've led by more than 10 in the second half on the road. So they were up 14-3 over the New Orleans Saints. That's a game you should never lose. I don't care, who you are. That Saints team is pretty bad this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if they got the number one pick, even though they had a win against the Panthers this weekend. Giants were up 37-34 over the Cowboys with 14 seconds left. 26-8, this was the big one, over the Broncos with 5:19 left in the fourth quarter. And, of course, Broncos pretty much made history. You know, Bo Nix looked like freaking Tom Brady out there against the Atlanta Falcons. And the final one was this weekend. It was 20-10 against the Bears. They had 3:58 left. They were up by 10 points, and the Bears came back and won. And the Bears practically kept their playoff hopes alive, while the Giants are in a position where they're looking like they're not going to have Dart for a few weeks because of the concussion, and probably in a position where they're going to be a top five pick again, which, you can shore up another receiver. You could get a safety like Caleb Downs, who's a high impact defensive player. I certainly hope they don't pick an offensive lineman again, because they don't have a history of developing those guys other than Andrew Thomas. But I think Andrew Thomas was going to be a beast regardless. John, I feel like a few weeks ago you were pretty adamant about Daboll not coming back. I think you wanted him fired a few weeks ago, but the Giants finally pulled the
I
rug.
wouldn't say wanted him fired. Like, I'm not a Giants fan, but
Yeah.
I just thought it was time.
What were the reasons behind that, though? Because you were saying it was time a few weeks ago, I think. Maybe you didn't want the man fired. Like, obviously we don't personally know these guys, but
Yeah.
you said the Giants got all the juice out of Daboll that they could get, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of the same stuff. Like, sometimes in the NFL, the small things are the big things. And when you look at the Giants, like, they do the big things well. I think, like, the big plays and stuff, but the little things that lead to consistently winning and just winning in general, the Giants didn't do. Whether it's defense, special teams, offense, it's all on the head coach. And I just think Dable proved that he's not good at maximizing the small things needed to win. And like, I called it kind of in preseason, like, fair or not, I made a big deal out of it. Everyone else said, no, I mean, whatever. And it is, I forget the term. I almost said something that was totally wrong there, and probably made an ass out of myself. But, hyperbole did blah, 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 blah. No, fuck, what was I saying? Something about, Dable. Oh yeah, like when you're skipping out, and I know it's something small, but when you're skipping out on a walkthrough because your third string quarterback can hit the crossbar with a throw, like, you're doing that in training camp, it sets a bad precedent for the season. And like, reports are out there, and I'll say, because I've heard it so much, that the Giants are probably the least on field, spent the least amount of time on the field during practice, and it shows. I just feel like Dable does a lot better when he has someone over him. Daboll's a great, I would even say great, not good, great coach, but he's not a good head coach. And, that's fine. There's a lot of people that aren't the same way. I mean, he did get Coach of the Year, which was awesome.
Yeah.
He did, win a playoff game, but that's, how long ago is that now? That's closer to COVID than it is, closer to 2020 than it is to now. And in the NFL, I mean, NFL stands for not National Football League, or not for long. And, Daboll found out. Ultimately, the thing that got him fired was he didn't win. Like anything else in the NFL, if you don't win, you're not going to be around for a while.
It's what you've done for me lately type league.
Yep.
And it makes you respect some of the guys like Bill Belichick who did it for years. But even Belichick got like a few chances before he got to the Patriots and landed in the perfect situation.
Yeah, it was the Bermuda Triangle for Belichick though, because he had defense. He has Josh McDaniels. Sorry, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Who I think might go down as probably the best offensive coordinator of our lifetime, easily.
Yeah, it was.
And he had Tom Brady. Once you have a guy like that buying in and being the super freak that he is, you're gonna get somewhere. I mean, Belichick's problem now is to be the way he is, especially nowadays. You need a quarterback and an offense, and if he comes back to the NFL, which I don't recommend the Giants doing, he would need someone better than Freddie Kitchens as his offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
and it's funny because the guy that the Giants just fired would make total sense to be Belichick's offensive coordinator because they've got that history.
Yeah, which never happened.
I don't know I'm shocked that the Giants are keeping Joe Schoen because I've seen it so many times with the Jets where you fire the head coach, keep a GM, head coach, hire a new head coach and GM don't really get along well. Then the head coach gets his own GM here and everything just isn't married and it gets all weird. But it looks like Joe Schoen is going to stay unless the Maras and Tisches are going to do what the Jets did a couple years ago and leave the GM in place until after the draft and then fire him, which makes total sense.
I don't think that's going to happen though because
I don't either. I think Shane's staying.
Yeah, I
don't think it's right, but
no. I mean, what's right and wrong is
you should can his ass. Can them now, hire a GM, have the GM do his thing, and hire a head coach.
Yeah. I mean, there was already a report today that Shane is going to be the head person for this hiring process, searching for the next head coach, which is crazy to me. That kind of tells me it's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out to this, like, I'm upset, like, Mayor coming in and being like, enough is enough. Like, you can't just fire the head coach. You have to come in and you have to clean house and you have to show that you actually want to win. But Mayor is stuck in this weird position where they've already fired so many coaches over the past 10, 15 years. And he's already publicly said it in January, I think it was, when he decided to keep both Daboll and Shane. He said, I don't want to keep doing this. I want some consistency around here. So that kind of put him in a corner because it's like, how can you say you want some consistency, but then you bring back these guys for a draft where you had they were the third pick, I believe, the Giants this year, of a draft where you have the third pick and you end up getting 2 first-round picks, which no one could guess that they were going to trade back into the first round. But like, this could have been something that they addressed in the beginning of this season, and maybe you're in a different position, honestly, because I mean, 4 games where you're leading in the second half, good teams, good coaches, they close out at least 3 of those. In fact, I think Ryan Russillo said on his podcast today, the league is 55-7-1 when leading by 10 or more points in the second half. So the fact that and I think this is on the road, but the fact that the Giants are 0-4 and Daboll couldn't close out any of them and he had that historic collapse, I think that was the point when Maris sat there and he said, enough is enough. Like, the next negative that comes from this team, Daboll's out of here after the Denver game, he probably said. And that next negative was pretty much this weekend because you have Jaxson Dart firing on all cylinders. You're up by 10 points with 3 minutes and 58 seconds left in the second half, and you still blow that game and you get a loss. And I know a lot of Giants fans, they're thinking ahead. They're probably in the same position that they're in, oh, God, probably every single year where it's like, let's just tank at this point. How can you sit there and tank and you have this rookie quarterback who's coming up, he's putting up historic numbers of his own. I think he just broke Cam Newton's rushing record for most consecutive games with a rushing TD as a rookie. So, I really think that the amount of concussions this season is what started to scare them too, because Dable kind of probably told Dart, he started Dart after Russell Wilson looked like garbage the first few weeks. The only good game Russell Wilson had was against the Cowboys. He pretty much threw Dart in there, what felt like at the time as a desperation start.
I was against it. I was against Dart playing it all this year.
Yeah, and you could make an argument both ways because he has looked fantastic and he has shown that he should be in the starting lineup, but nobody knew it at the time.
Absolutely.
There's a stat. Where's the stat? I was reading through an article. I believe he's been in the concussion tent
4 times.
3 or 4. It's 4, right?
4. Yep.
4 times, and this weekend looked like the worst of it. He went into the locker.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's probably going to miss some time.
For Brian Daboll and for Daboll to say something too. I mean, come on. When you got the coaches helping you out there and saying something's not right, something's not right. And Daboll of all people,
yeah,
something's off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if Daboll ever took enough accountability.
Apparently, that's one of his biggest things he's got issues with. But I mean, I think it's an organizational thing because you got Joe Schoen. It's seemingly doing the same thing, running into John Marasoff as like the teacher's pet, trying to save his job. Yeah. And it seemed to have worked. So, I mean, it's a dog-eat-dog business, but still.
Well, Joe Schoen should have been gone when that report came out that he apparently was on record saying he told the player, like, don't pay for next month's rent because you're most likely not going to.
No, that happens a lot. That happens a lot, more than you think. I have no problem with that. To me, they both shouldn't have started the season.
Yeah.
They should have both been canned. Screw it. Who cares? Draft a quarterback. You know you're going to draft a quarterback. Actually, you didn't know you were going to draft a quarterback.
There wasn't enough quarterbacks to know that. Like 4 paying quarterbacks.
But still, I mean, I think they needed to start fresh.
Yeah. And
I mean, you had 2 first-round picks. Well, what was it? 1, and they traded back in to get a second.
Yeah.
So it seemed like it was the time.
Yeah, it definitely felt right. They're just like every few years it's rinse and recycle. Like they need a fresh start. They really need to get a veteran coach to come in here who knows how to run a locker room. This was Daboll's first head coaching job. And Justin Puig, who was the longtime Giants offensive lineman. I think
who?
Justin Puig. Pugh? Is it Pugh?
Oh, Pugh. Yeah. Justin Pugh. I was like, who the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, my bad.
All correct. Good. I was like, Puig? Yaciel? He's making a fucking appearance?
I was. What is that? Like some type of European? I don't know. I added
Cuban.
Some type of twist to it, like accent.
I'm sure Justin Pugh would appreciate that.
He's got a good little podcast going of his own, and I don't know if he's trying to get brownie points from Daboll by saying that he tweeted out today that Daboll is one of the best offensive minds or best football minds.
I did see that.
He's been around, and he said there's a good chance Brady will leave. I think it's John Brady, right? Is it John?
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady from the Bills is going to leave for a head coaching job, which is correct. It seems like he's going to be one of the top candidates this offseason. And he thinks that that's going to be a good opportunity for Daboll to go back to the Bills, which Daboll is known for kind of building up Josh Allen to where he's at this point. And then he thinks...
To be honest, that's a smart move because he's the head coach in waiting.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Sean McDermott blows another one, they're going to keep Daboll as the head coach.
Which could happen because...
Which I don't... But then again, would McDermott fucking hire him knowing that? Probably not.
Yeah, too much pressure or something.
Yeah.
But he's probably going to be a head coach again, Daboll.
Yeah. He's going to need to be a coordinator, though, for a year or two.
Someone's going to be lucky to have him as an offense coordinator.
Did you see the Jonathan Feliciano tweet?
No.
So he quote tweeted where it was announced that Kafka was going to be the new interim head coach, and he said something along the lines of just like ew or like yuck. See, and I thought it was hilarious.
That's funny. I don't love when you're on another roster and you're saying that stuff, you know?
No, but he's been there though. And it's not like he didn't want to be with the Giants. He wanted to be there. He was a roster money cut from Schoen. One of his phenomenal, let me just say, absolutely phenomenal Joe Schoen moves. Yeah, let me get rid of players who are good. Here you go. Here, take all my good players. Let me draft people like fucking Evan Neal.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, but was
fucking
Feliciano,
embarrassment.
was he making or breaking that offensive line? He was like good, but
He was good, but you need a lot more. I mean, was David Deal, Sean O'Hara, Snee, were any of them great offensive linemen? No, they were good, and they learned how to play with each other. I mean, that's
yeah,
a guy that's still in the league 3 to 4 years later. He could have been a fucking, with you for those years,
yeah,
continuing to get your line better. Instead, you're going to draft Evan Neal. You're going to get John Runyon Jr.
yeah. I mean, I don't think Runyon's terrible. I think he's another one of those like good offensive linemen, not great.
Yeah.
He,
Who else?
he's been injured since he came to the Giants. He's been playing a lot this year, but his first season was mostly injuries.
Runyon?
Yeah,
Yeah. What about John Michael Schmitz? I've heard he's like I was listening to an interview today of Carl Banks, and he's saying how he's turning into a great center when everyone else is saying how he's terrible. So what is that? You watch every Giants game. Is
he's
that just team
better.
propaganda?
He's better this season. I think it was.
But is he better than bad, or is he better than like good?
He's getting
A
to
little
it.
team.
He's
He's
getting there.
getting. Oh, okay, he's getting there. All
Yeah,
right, that's fair.
I wouldn't call him. He's like a middle of the pack center at this point in my
Gotcha.
opinion.
But you know what's good? I mean, him. You have old Stableworth over there at left tackle.
Thomas.
Who's your right tackle now? That
I mean,
McGengie dude or whatever.
yeah, I believe so. Um, I don't know. They just have the most random offensive line.
Which it usually doesn't mean you're a good team. I mean, look at the best teams right now offensively in the league: Detroit, San Francisco, Indianapolis. Even all their offensive lines have been with each other for like 2 to 3 years at
uh,
minimum.
they have Andrew Thomas, Runyon, Michael Schmitz, Greg
Yeah,
Van Rotten, who's actually been pretty good for the
which
Giants.
is hilarious because the Jets got rid of him like 5 years ago and he was sucked. I
Yeah,
remember him being so bad. That's good. Illuminor, right? He's the swing tackle. Yeah, he's been very good. I've heard a lot of good things about him. In the few games I've watched of the Giants fully, I've liked the way he's played not in a full capacity, but
yeah.
in the capacity he's been in.
He it's not the offensive line this year, which it has been in the past. Like when
No, it's the little things.
yeah,
It's the things that are good, not even great. A good head coach. Like there's no reason the Giants don't have 4 to 5 wins.
no,
It's bad coaching, man. And it's not like X's and O's. It's situational football coaching.
yeah, and that
Which is why you
yeah,
got to get rid of him.
yeah.
And you know what else is another big reason why no one's talking that Daboll needs to be fired?
Why's that?
No one wants to coach with him. How are you going to get your team to a level of greatness if you don't even let people that want to coach in the NFL that are supreme coaches, they don't even want to be around you as a team? Like that's like the fucking what's his name from LSU. That's Coach Kellyism
Brian
101.
Kelly.
Yeah, they want to stay the hell away from that guy. And I mean, Daboll seems like he's a good dude, but just I don't know what it is. He's more of a coordinator. Again, does a lot better as a number 2.
Yeah. I saw a report actually. It was from ESPN. Jordan, who's the
Renan,
Renan?
my big nosed brother.
Yeah, your twin. No, you don't even have a big nose. What are you talking about?
No, it's not that big compared to my mom's. It's not big at all. So
Throwing some shade to your mom, huh?
no, love you, mom.
But
Remember, it's Christmas time
he said there was a report that
and my birthday.
7 players in the locker room off the record said somebody needs to be held accountable, and a lot of them were pointing towards Daboll, I think.
Well,
So
yeah, and Daboll's pointing at everywhere else. When you have that happening as the head coach, you're not a head coach, man.
no, it's been the whole time. He put blame on Daniel Jones last year, and that was ultimately why
What
Jones
did he do? What's he doing this year? How's he looking?
7 turnovers in the last 2 games. That's how he's looking.
You're damn right about that. He's turning back into himself a little bit. How's Saquon looking?
I mean, Yeah, last year, I don't
And
know.
that's not all his fault either. I mean, they have great offensive lines in
Yeah,
Philadelphia and Indianapolis.
anytime somebody has 2,000 rushing yards in a season, it's special. I don't care
Yeah.
what offensive line you put them behind. He did burst into like how many like 50, 60 plus yard runs did he have last year where his speed
Yeah.
just beat everybody? And
It was like his that one year in Penn State where
oh,
he was just going
exactly.
off.
There was a few Giant seasons like that too. When they
Yeah.
made the playoffs in 2022, I was all on Barkley. His rookie season was fantastic. He had 80 plus catches and rushed for over 1,000 yards. It was always there. You just needed to get him the right offensive line, which
Yeah.
he ultimately got with the Eagles. But with Daboll, I don't know. I think he put a lot of energy into making this quarterback situation right. And
Absolutely.
we
He was
know
driving around with the freaking Dart's dad in the offseason.
we knew the relationship he had with Dart. I'm sure
Yeah.
Dart's kind of bummed out by this as well, but
Absolutely.
it's a part of the game, and I think the rest of the locker room is going to be okay with this
Yeah,
decision.
for
And
sure.
you have to start thinking about the rest of the locker room because this is a long-term project right here. Like you need to make those baby steps next season and show that you can be competitive, maybe a 500 team, and keep growing. There's other guys that you need to keep on this organization. Like Neighbors needs to stay happy. Those defensive guys, Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, um, the guys who are doing it week in and week out for you.
With a better defensive coordinator, those guys are going to absolutely eat next year, though.
Well,
If
that's the
they
thing.
if they draft well, get the
Yeah.
back end squared away. Oh my God,
It's not even the safeties though, John. It's the cornerbacks because
that's what I'm saying.
They have Tyler Nubin and Holland at safety, and they've both been pretty good this season, in my opinion. It's Banks and who's the other cornerback for the Giants?
But no,
Flott's been all right at
Flott.
times.
He's had a few games. I mean, everyone's obviously going to hear that name and think of the interception against the Eagles.
Yeah,
But there's no reason that this front seven. I mean, Burns is what defensive player of the year probably right now, if not very damn close to it, just because the Giants as a team suck.
yeah. I don't
But
think he'll
like,
get it.
you're gonna tell me next year that who's the kid they drafted third?
Oh, Abdul Carter.
You're gonna tell me Abdul Carter doesn't have closer to 10, 11 sacks? I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll make a big.
don't get me wrong. You know what's the frustrating stat too? They're like leading the league in pressures. But you know what pressures are like? Pressures are like kissing your sister. You're that close, but you're so far still.
But that was the reason that they lost the Broncos game is because they took the pressure off Knicks. They swatted
Well,
down.
no, they were gassed. The end of the Broncos game, they were so tired in the freaking altitude. It seemed like they were just done.
But they pushed back 8 guys on that final drive. That they should have never done that. They needed to keep.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make plays too. I mean, that dude literally, if he wasn't just jogging down the field with his guy and actually was playing the ball like he was going to get thrown to, he would have
Right.
probably made a play, you'd hope. That was just, I mean, it got Daboll fired. I mean, he was probably going to get fired ultimately, but he got fired now.
Yeah, that's created the short rope right there. That game, it was the next mistake. You're gone, and I'm sure Dable felt the pressure after that game. He knew it was a matter of time. He saw this coming.
Give me, so I got it, 3 names. Give me 3 names you would hire right now to be the Giants head coach for next year.
I have 2 right now. Let me think of the third because I really liked the one that my buddy threw my way. Wait,
Okay.
I'm gonna have this in a sec. Don't tell me Belichick though.
Nope.
I
Nope.
do not want Belichick.
I'm with you there. I think that would be an absolute disaster.
So my top name. Oh, I got the 3.
Okay.
John Gruden, number 1. Lane Kiffin, number 2.
Okay.
I know that's an out of the box one, but give him a try in the NFL, and he has that relationship with Dart. Number 3. How about this one? Mike actually threw this my way. Todd Monken.
It's not a bad,
I
not a
like
bad
that
play.
one.
So I've got
I don't want
3.
McCarthy, by the way.
I don't think that would be a bad thing if he has a very good defensive coordinator, but you would need like the best defensive coordinator that the league's ever seen.
Yeah.
And Steve Spagnuolo ain't leaving Kansas City for all a fucking.
Giants had him once.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that'll work either if the Giants. I mean, I've heard so many people say bring him back, but that's just like the typical Giants fan. Oh, he's been here before, bring him back.
Yeah.
You know. So my three guys, perfect world, I would bring back the McVay. I would trade for Sean McVay, especially if Matt Stafford retires.
I don't think he's gonna do it though.
No, his grandfather was the head coach of the Giants, or GM, I think,
That
back in the
sounds right.
70s or 80s. Um, Another guy I think that you should really, really, really get used to the name of if you're a Giants fan is just because look where the GM's from, the aforementioned Joe Brady.
Okay, yeah. But
Um,
that Bills pipeline, like that's where Daboll was from. That's where Schoen was from.
yes, but Daboll's more from the Belichick tree. You
Yeah.
know, I think Joe Brady's kind of like his own entity type deal. And then I would really look at, the last, and this is not a person, this is persons. I would look at people on and these are all first time head coaches, which I don't listen to. I do not think the Giants should hire a first time head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would almost look at someone of the Clint Kubiak, Wes Phillips, that type of tree off the whole, the last bit of the Shanahan guys.
Yeah.
Clint Kubiak's in what, Seattle?
So
And I believe Wes Phillips is the Minnesota OC, but he's
that's
kind
crazy.
of like the de facto whatever quarterback
Yes.
coach, I guess, because O'Connell's the OC basically.
I love that name drop. So there's I actually have the names here. So there was an article that said he could lean on popular coaching trees such as those of the Rams, offensive
Yep.
coordinator Mike LaFleur, defensive
He's
coordinator.
still too young though, I think, and he fucking was not good here. And I mean, he's benefit for him that a lot of coaches don't have, especially head coaches. He coached in New York. He got fired as a head coach in New York by his brother's best friend and Rob Saleh when he was started off
Right.
as the Jets OC. So I mean, he's kind of been there, but I still think he's young. Great family. His brother's a great coach.
Yeah.
Comes from a coaching family. His father, I believe, was a head coach. I don't think he's a head coach. I think you're going to go down the same Daboll thing.
Yeah, it might be a
I
little.
really, I just think that Giants are idiots if they hire another coordinator. They got to hire someone who's been a head coach before, and there's
I
not
don't think
many of those guys.
I don't think Daboll was too young for the job. I just
No, Daboll's experience. The only reason why he wasn't a head coach before, I think, is because of the reasons that popped their ugly head that we saw, and we were just why he got fired. His game management, a little sloppy.
yeah. I honestly think, and I was thinking about this earlier today. So like you said, he won Coach of the Year his first
Yeah.
year as a Giants coach, and everybody
Yep.
was like, "Oh my God!" Like he took that roster and made the playoffs, and they even beat the Vikings in the wild card round. That was unheard of. Nobody expected that. I really think he burnt himself out that first season. Like he had this project in Daniel Jones. He had to eliminate turnovers, and they did. Jones was making great decisions. Like the numbers weren't flashy for Jones. Like if you read his stats from that season, you weren't sitting there and you weren't like, oh, Pro Bowler, like fantastic quarterback. Somebody I would probably dish out 40+ million a year to. Like you're not saying that, but like Barkley, he used Barkley so smart that season. I think Barkley accounted for probably like 40+% of their scoring that year, and was just like their entire offense. And I mean, for what it's worth, like the defense didn't have like great names on it, but they kept them in every game, which is all you can ask for. And then the next three seasons, he's working with injuries, and Daniel Jones returned to being Daniel Jones after he got that big contract, and then a lot of people, the New York media starts to turn on you, and the fans start to turn on you, and next thing you know, it's just a whirlwind of pressure coming your way, and I don't know if he was having fun anymore. Even like I think Dart brought a breath of fresh air this past year for him. He was actually,
Oh yeah, because they're both fucking lunatics.
yeah. I
Jaxson
mean,
Dart is a fucking lunatic, man.
yeah, he was smiling again. He was so happy. That was his prized possession. It was like a kid in a candy shop.
A little weird. It was a little weird though, the whole kissing thing. Like, what are
Yeah,
we doing, dude? Come on, come on, man.
holding each other's faces close to each other.
Come on, man. Stop acting like such a knucklehead.
So going down the Rams coach. So you do have LaFleur. You have defense coordinator Chris Shula, passing game coordinator Nate Schieldhaus, and then Vikings offensive coordinator Wes Phillips. They also said in this article, Chiefs have Matt Nagy, and then you brought up Steve Spagnuolo. Then they also, if you wanted to shore up the defense, emerging coordinators such as Jeff Hafley from the Packers, Jesse Minter, which I love.
I've heard that name a lot. Minter?
So
I've heard that a lot.
Minter was the defensive coordinator for not the Giants, for the Michigan Wolverines when Harbaugh was there and they won the national championship. And
Yeah.
a lot of people were like, okay, like now he's going to the pros. We don't know how he's going to be. We obviously know that Harbaugh's been here before and he coached the Niners. They were great when he coached the Niners. And he has
a little bit of a big jump, though, to go from defensive coordinator of a college team to head coach in a 3-year span.
But the Chargers were one of the best defenses in the league last year. And that's why this name, Jesse Minter, jumps off the page. But again, it's a young person. It's similar to that Mike LaFleur situation where I don't know how old is Jesse Minter. He can't
be over 45 years old.
But also, if you want to go down you talk about the Rams, they took a chance on a very young head coach and it worked out for them. You know, the Vikings, how old is Kevin O'Connell? He's probably mid to late 30s right now, and he's been the coach.
No, Kevin O'Connell. So Minter's 42. I would say Kevin O'Connell's 45.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, really.
Let me look. Okay, Kevin O'Connell's 40.
So he got hired.
Sorry. I just remember Kevin O'Connell as the Jets' backup during Hard Knocks.
Yeah. Minter was one. Kelvin Shepard from the Lions. They said Adden Durd from the Seahawks would be good to explore. On offense, Todd Monken of the Ravens.
What's Jay Gruden up to?
Clint Kubiak. Jay Gruden, jeez. Robert Saleh could be one that they look at. I hope not.
So it's funny. You say that, but there's a way, I think, for some reason, I think that would work.
It's a Jets guy.
Just got a weird. He is a Jets guy, but if McDaniel gets fired, you put those two fucking lunatics together on the Giants, you have two best friends running a team. You know that the team's going to be like fucking this. I don't know, man. The more I think about that, the more I like it.
McDaniel's coaching next year? Is he going to want to coach after this experience with the Dolphins?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Did you see him yesterday? How fucking pumped up he was and shit.
They beat the Bills.
Did you see the whole thing of him driving around Elbow Room? Yeah. Just trolling Bills fans? That's fucking awesome. I fucking love that guy. I don't care what anyone fucking says. He's great. And I think he's good for football. He's fucking smart. And if he does get fired by the Dolphins, I would hire him as my offensive coordinator in a fucking New York minute, dude.
Yeah.
No, I don't want him as my head coach, but you're telling me you put Saleh, you get the band back together, basically. You know, you bring Clint Boyer back from fucking San Francisco back to the Giants to be your special teams. If Rob Saleh is a good coach with a quarterback, and it looked like he wanted a tongue-bathed Dart when they were playing him. So, dude, I don't know, man. I just think something about Saleh and McDaniel together would be something good.
Saleh's the same thing as Daboll. You could be a football mind. You could put together the X's and O's, but if you can't handle a locker room, that's like 50-60% of coaching. And I don't know if Saleh can.
Yeah, again, if there was someone over them, they'd be great.
Yeah, but Saleh's going to be the head coach who's going to be over him.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he does so well with Kyle.
Yank him away from the Niners as a defensive coordinator and have McDaniel come in
fuck yeah!
As the offensive coordinator. That would be amazing. Bringing Gruden to be the head coach. Imagine that staff right there.
You think if the Steelers don't make the playoffs, Tomlin's available for trade? And we know the incestual relationship between the Maras and the Rooneys.
Yeah, I think the Steelers are going to get to a point where they're going to be like, all right, we haven't won recently, and we're doing the bare minimum by making the playoffs every year. I think there could be a point where
I think that kind of signaled it with Rodgers. Tomlin's kind of probably knew it too, but I don't think Tomlin's going to want to go back into coaching. He's not that old, man.
No.
I mean, you can
Tomlin,
take off a year or two and just wait for the perfect job. Although the Giants seem like that would be a great job for him.
Tomlin can coach anywhere he wants as soon as he leaves. Like that. That's the type of respect he has. So I was talking to Mike today and about this, and he's on the thought the same as us that Shane should have been gone, which
Yeah.
I'm not disputing that, but he was also saying he's like, oh, it's tough to get coaches because they think they're going to be on a short leash, and you can't just fire one; you have to fire both. I agree with that. I think that is the case, but people are going to want this Giants job regardless of who the GM is. You have
Yeah, I mean, you have the quarterback, you have the freaking D line. I mean, you've got a
Skattebo,
lot of great
Neighbors.
pieces. Yeah, dude.
You have Skattebo, you have Neighbors.
Like this team's ready to go, and you got
Johnson.
a hungry fan base. Well, as hungry as Giants fans can be, in their
Yeah.
nice little wine coolers and everything like that. Their
We don't
tailgates.
drink wine coolers. That's for the Jets games.
Well, yeah, because it's all we want. We fucking drink whatever we get our hands on, bro.
The leftovers.
Oh, that again, Woody fucking Johnson. What are you doing, asshole? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that. Woody, why are we charging $100 for parking, dude?
Oh, did it happen again this week?
It happened again. Like
Well, now they're winning.
I looked at tickets. I looked at tickets for this Sunday. You could have gotten first row right behind the end zone for $137.
Right.
But still, dude, like, why are you selling? Stop.
Well, they're winners now. They can charge it. They can charge $150 next
Shut
week
up.
if they want to.
Stop.
They're gonna make a playoff run now. Fields has
Stop.
got like 50 passing yards that he had this week.
No. So what about this as the ultimate swerve? What if the Jets have been working on 2 game plans with quarterbacks the last 2 weeks? What if?
What would that indicate, though? That they're like unsure going into every Sunday who they're going to start?
No, they're trying to fucking win games. They knew they have a short week this week. What if? Because Aaron Glenn has been reluctant to name a starter, and this is total. I don't think this is happening, but this would be fucking a G move if he did it. As the Rangers scored their 4th goal of the night.
Wow. That's 2 straight games, right? That they've done this. The Rangers?
They've got shut out the last 2 games at home.
No, I mean,
I'm sorry.
2 straight games though that they scored a lot of goals.
No, their last game was home. They got shut out by the Highlanders 5-0.
Oh yeah, the game before that they won 4-1.
Yeah, but that was away.
Yeah.
What if Tyrod Taylor's been working on the Patriots the last week and a half instead of working on the Browns last week a lot?
I don't hate it, but like, what head coach is looking ahead like that?
A good one, if he sees an opportunity.
I don't know if that's ever happened before though. Like, you played football. Like, did you ever do reps waiting for another team 2 weeks from now?
No, but I was never in a situation where you would have 2 quarterbacks who are basically the same guy, and you're playing on a super short week where it would benefit to play 2 quarterbacks.
Now, what are you talking there? Are you talking he's just going through a video of this team? Like, obviously he's not doing.
I'm saying going through video, game planning, because I mean Tyrod's 36 years old. He's basically a coach on the field.
Yeah,
you probably figure out what to do
during practice for one team and then for another team. Like, that's confusing for the rest of the team.
Well, no, I'm just saying Tyrod probably spent a lot of time looking at film last week of the Browns, and if Aaron Glenn told him you're gonna start that Thursday night, he probably had more time to prepare like a starter, even though he should prepare like a starter every week.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just curious to see if Tyrod Taylor starts this week. Because Aaron Glenn said, don't ask me on that.
A head coach probably wants to sit down with their quarterback during the week. They want to make sure that they're, understanding the film, preparing correctly, stuff like that. This is not a Bears situation where Caleb Williams is just looking at game film by himself. I would say most coaches are probably taking it one game at a time, one rep at a time in the league.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't, or you're going to get your freaking dick chopped off.
But this is like, win as much as you can. Like, I don't think Aaron Glenn is looking at draft picks right now.
No, he's trying to contribute to make a culture of winning.
Yeah,
I mean, he's playing a hard ass in the media, and I don't really appreciate it or don't appreciate it. Just fucking win, dude.
How
I
about
mean, they
this?
don't have a quarterback yet.
How about
They
this?
don't have many good skill positions. They've got a good running back, a decent tight end.
I got a scenario for you, and
What do you got?
I don't think it will take a first round pick, so you get to keep all your first round picks.
Yeah.
What if you traded for Kyler Murray
No.
to hold over because next year's like a lot of people are worried that not these quarterbacks are not going to enter next year's draft. There might only
That's
be
fine.
two special
You
quarterbacks.
don't have to. I mean, as fucked up as it is, the Jets don't have to draft a quarterback next year.
They have Fields again, but do you want another season of Fields?
If they don't see a quarterback that's a slam dunk,
What are you
then
drafting instead?
best available.
But there's positions of need. Like, what are positions of needs for the Jets right now? Defense. Now that they traded, like,
Well, yeah, I mean, they're going to need to replace those guys, but I mean, to me, yeah, I mean, they're going to need to replace those guys. They need they need wide receivers, obviously. Their linebacker core is suspect. They got two decent ends, well, pass rushing ends with Johnson and McDonald.
McDonald four sacks this weekend, right?
Five, I think,
Five.
right? 4 or 5.
Did he
It
get?
was one of either 4 or 5. I forget. Yeah, it was nuts. He played well. Yeah, you know, they need the quarterback though. Still, their offensive line is starting to mold into a very good unit though. I mean, Josh Myers isn't going to be able to be there that long. Hopefully, they figure out something with AVT or either draft or sign someone good in free agency. But I don't know, man. They don't need to draft a quarterback. And
Yeah.
in the back of your hat, 20 people are saying 2027 could be the best year for quarterbacks. I mean, I really don't know anybody besides Arch Manning who's probably going to be coming out that year.
But
Um,
people said that about 26, and then some.
exactly. So if you see a quarterback you really like, you might as well just get him. But to your point about Kyler Murray, no, for so many reasons, no. But to keep it, above the belt, I don't think Kyler Murray is a very good cold weather quarterback. And especially in this area, you're going to need to figure it out in the cold weather. Something that I don't think he would ever do.
Played in Oklahoma. Doesn't it get a little cold there?
Yeah, but he plays in the SEC. He's playing in
They're Big
Florida,
12 at the
Georgia.
time, but yeah.
Were they?
Yeah, they're SEC now.
They were? Okay. So what? He was playing like Texas Tech. Yeah.
Oklahoma.
No, I don't want anything to do with him. I would rather give up 3 to 4 first-round picks for Joe Burrow. If you told me that we were going to get a
I
veteran
don't think
quarterback.
that's not going to be a scenario. They just put some.
I
No,
don't.
they put
He
pressure.
loves being Joe Cool.
He put pressure to get T. Higgins and Chase to get signed last offseason. He's staying.
That don't mean shit.
He's staying.
If the Bengals could get all that stuff and could take, I mean, Mr. Brown is notoriously
It's
cheap.
not going to happen.
Oh, God, one of those two has to happen.
Neither.
Please,
Like this is like hopeful fan. Like
I don't know. I mean, I like Joe Burrow.
Your franchise quarterback. I'm sorry. The Bengals
Joe Burrow.
Do that.
Yeah.
Unless they get to a point where they're like, we just can't keep him healthy. Maybe a fresh start will be good for him.
The Bengals' offensive line is a shiv. So is their defense, though.
I think that these NFL organizations are so stubborn that they would probably rather see him be like Andrew Luck, where he retires early, than him go to another organization and rip it up.
Yeah, but I think the Bengals like making money as much as they like winning. And if you said that they could reset the clock and don't have to pay Joe Burrow all that money anymore, I think they would look into it. At least give me that. They might look into it.
Saving money, yeah. But what better way to do it? Like, he's shown that he can get them to the Super Bowl. Like, it's not there's no doubt that he can't win there. Like, he's done it.
Yeah, but it's the curse of the Bengals. Their quarterbacks only get to the Super Bowl once,
And the only way you're making money is winning. Like, I guarantee you that was their best.
No. These teams are making money through their TV deals.
Yeah, TV
winning and
deals.
losing is
not only. I shouldn't say only, but
mostly.
I guarantee you it was a lot better the season after they made the Super Bowl run. I bet they were selling out stadiums. People were buying their jerseys. Things were good in Cincinnati at that time. And in the back of their minds, they want to get back to that place. It's not about.
But who wants to get back to that place? The fans or the front office?
The front
Because I'm
office.
pretty sure the front office is fine where they're at. They're selling as much as they were, if not more than they were.
I don't
I
know about
mean,
that.
Joe Burrow isn't playing, but no, those people show up, and plus,
Are they still selling out? It's not like New York where like no matter what, people are showing up for Giants games.
oh, it's more than that. Are you kidding me? People show up more in those cities. They get to watch the ninth wonder of the world, Joe Flacco, play quarterback. Who wouldn't want to see that?
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's I can't I can't picture myself being in the stands for like first week of December, and I'm making this up. First week of December, Cleveland Browns versus a Cincinnati Bengals game. But like you could see yourself this season with Mariota starting for the Commanders and the Giants playing at home. I guarantee you MetLife still sells out for that game. Like
Wait, who?
so if you had like a Cincinnati Cleveland game in December,
Yes.
Joe Burrow does not return. I
Yes.
don't think that's a sellout game. But
Okay.
say the season continues the way it is. Giants face Commanders. Commanders are starting Marcus Mariota. Giants don't have Jaxson Dart in. It's Russ Wilson. I think that it still comes close to selling out just because Giants fans show up. I think so.
No
Yes.
way. Is there a chance of that happening? Because I'm very curious to see what's the Giants' remaining schedule? Do they play any backup quarterbacks?
I have the Jets schedule up right now, but let me see the
I
Giants.
gotcha.
Let me see the Giants schedule. Ooh.
Packers, Lions, Patriots. Probably no backups. Okay.
So Commanders at home December 14th. Like I think Daniels will be back because I think Dan Quinn's going to try to
But
save
do you
him
think there's a lot of Commanders fans at that game
enough
too
to sell that
because of the
out.
location? Tell me what it's like when it's the Giants Vikings when you're in the stadium that day.
I'm trying to go there for
I
sure.
figured.
I went to the Niners game. It was probably 60% Niners fans, 40% Giants. Like teams are
I
going to
heard that.
travel.
Yeah. It's also New York, so you really can't, I guess. I mean, it's not LA.
That was the week after Skattebo got injured too.
The weather's been super nice though this
Yeah,
year.
it
It's
has
been
been.
uncharacteristically nice on Sundays. I feel like it's been like 60 degrees every day, every
Yeah.
Sunday
I
so
don't
far.
I don't think Burrow's an option. I'm not going to put that out there. Do think I do think there's a world where both Mendoza and Ty Simpson see that their best shot because of what that 2027 draft class is. They both enter, but I think Glenn is gonna kind of shoot himself in the foot by like yes, in the long term, building that culture is gonna help them. But like you said, they need a quarterback, and if they keep winning, they're not only gonna win themselves out of the top 5, they might win themselves out of the top 10 if they continue down this path.
Yeah, it's the NFL though. You can't play to lose. Like that's such like I mean, it's smart, but it's such a bullshit loser mentality. And it's the NFL where you literally just assert your dominance over people.
And nobody's saying that the Jets are going to be in the top 10 even for that 2027 draft class.
No.
So who
No.
says they get those quarterbacks either?
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, it's the risk of sport when you're trying to win every fucking not even game, every second, every play.
Yeah. Let's
And
talk.
like
Oh, go on.
no, you're good. You're good.
I was going to say, let's talk the MVP odds, though. Oh, actually, I have one more Jets note for you.
Ooh, like that.
We didn't get to talk about the Sauce Gardner trade. So, Jets, hear me out. Jets signed Sauce Gardner to this awesome contract because they're like, all right, Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner are going to be our guys. They're going to be the guys we build around. They'll be locker room changers, tone setters, whatever you want to call them. But then, like, you're paying Sauce Gardner that type of money on the premises that he's this shutdown corner, which he has shown that he could be in the past, but he hasn't done it consistently, in my opinion. He's only
Correct.
really been a zone corner.
Yep.
I think only until like this past year they had him following receivers at times, so that takes away from his appeal. But then this season, like I think back to the Mitch Trubisky throw, and a few others throughout the season because I watched it because of you guys. So like I'll have the Giants on the big screen, and then my iPad will have the Jets game, and I'll be watching. There's been a few throws he's gotten beat on season, and I think the Jets front office sat there and they said, ooh, is this guy really the guy we want to pay like this? Like, is this the shutdown corner we thought we were getting? And I think they were worried. And then I don't think they intended to trade him because the Colts. It sounds like the Colts did call, but when they did call and they were like, "All right, 2 first-round picks," it was like done in a second. I don't think the Jets thought twice when they offered
No,
2 first
they
round
didn't.
picks.
They did not. It just seemed like Muji knew what he was doing too. I mean, who's to say that this MF or Darren Muji didn't sign Sauce to trade him? You know, the only way he was going to get 2 first rounders is if
Long
he
term.
was under a long-term contract. I mean, that's such. I don't think. I mean, if that was the plan, then damn. Okay, I guess we're playing fucking Madden now.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah, like as soon as you hear 2 first-rounders for someone you're not sure of, and don't get me wrong, Sauce is a great player, great dude. If anybody's seen the video of those 2 kids crying, I went to high school with
Yes.
that dude's sister and him for like 2 years. But
And they sent that package like the next day. They had it.
oh yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, yeah, the 2 first-rounders, you got to do it. And then with Quinn, I mean, I would have traded Quinn and Williams before, and I would have personally, if you told me Garrett Wilson or Sauce was gone, I would have said Garrett Wilson's gone. I'm curious to see what. I mean, they had to be listening on everybody. It seems like. I wonder what the offers were for Garrett Wilson.
It sounds like that was like the untouchable though on the team from what the reports were saying.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I mean, and also when you're getting a first-round pick from a team that's 3-5, and it could be like the better of, you had to trade Quinn. But now you got to replace them, which sucks because it's like double-edged sword because you're basically trading guys. Now you got to replace them, and they're just cheaper, and you don't know if these guys that you're replacing them with are going to be anywhere near as good. And just, I don't know. I just feel like too many Jets fans are applauding hope when hope doesn't get you shit, but hopes and dreams. And that doesn't win you games. And I hate to.
Let me give you my list of cornerbacks that have changed the team in the history. It's
Okay.
very small.
Just the Jets or any team?
Anyone.
Okay.
Sanders, I think, is on there. Charles
Yes.
Woodson.
Yes.
Darrelle Revis.
Yes.
Champ Bailey.
Yes.
Ronnie Lott, maybe.
Yes, but that's before us. You got to say like
Green.
Modern day.
I'm trying to go through. Like, I don't know if I put like Arenas Williams, Ty Law, Richard Sherman. I don't know if I put any of those guys on that like change.
So, to me, it's even a smaller list. No, it's literally Revis, Deion Sanders, and that's it. Maybe Charles Woodson.
I think Woodson's on there.
But
put him on there.
Yeah, I think it's just Revis and Deion.
Champ Bailey, maybe.
Yeah, but Champ Bailey gave up a lot of fucking big plays, man.
Yeah. So like, if you're not a shutdown corner like those 3 or 4 that we just named, then you're gone for 2 first-round picks.
It's so hard to be a shutdown corner though in today's world, dude, because these receivers are so fucking good. Half the time you're playing zone. Like, there's not many, last of the Mohican gunslingers that are going one-on-one man up the whole game.
I do think though, to clarify, like if the Seahawks got a call back in the day, and like disregard that they were in the Super Bowl and they're making playoff runs, or like a Richard Sherman type, they're probably hanging up the phone.
Yeah.
Similar package. I think they liked and valued Richard Sherman that much.
Yeah, he was also a captain of that team, vocal leader. I mean, Sauce seemed like he was just like a dude in the locker room.
He was there.
Not in a bad way. Yeah, he was there.
He showed it with the Colts too. Like, apparently he was ecstatic to go to Indianapolis.
He's a Midwestern dude. He's from Detroit, I think.
He went to Louisville, right?
So
Cincinnati.
He went to Cincinnati. Yeah. He's from Detroit, so he's closer to home. I don't know.
Should have went to Michigan.
I don't think he was thought he was gonna get traded because he just built like a $12 million house in New Jersey.
True.
But
now he can sell it for half.
Yeah. No, I'll sell it for more.
What about Rondé Barber? I don't know.
Rondé Barber. No, I mean, he was good, but he played, zone defenses. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a Hall of Famer. His brother should be in the fucking Hall of Fame too.
Well, Talib,
no, he just played. He was great. Played for a while. But no, again, like I think it's only. I mean, could you throw Cromartie in there because he was so tall? Maybe,
Nah,
but it's really just two people. If you have three,
three. Yeah,
Woodson, Revis, and Dion changing the game more than anyone because he fucking did everything and anything.
that might be your top three of all time.
I'm sure fucking Chris Russo would throw someone from the 1930s in there.
Before it was even the NFL yet,
Yeah.
the AFL.
No, it was the NFL at that time, I think.
Uh, was it like the NFL versus the AFL?
Yeah, yeah, and then the merger happened in 69, 68,
Yeah.
70.
All right. Let's talk MVP odds. So Drake May's at plus 275. Matt Stafford's at plus 300. Mahomes is at plus 500. Jonathan
Hit
Taylor.
that, hit that, hit that, hit that, hit that before it goes down again.
Jonathan Taylor plus 650. Josh Allen plus 700. How about this one? So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players down the list. Sam Darnold at plus 1,000. I mean, I think they're doing it based off his past and like what the future holds for those Seahawks and Sam Darnold, and but he's been fantastic. I don't know if he should be sixth on the list right now. Like
Recency bias. That changes throughout the weeks, throughout the year. He's
yeah,
coming off with 2 great games in a row.
wouldn't that say Josh Allen should have fell on the list?
He did.
He fell, but he's still ahead of Darnold. He's ahead of Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, players like that. I think Mayfield should even be higher on the list. He's been having a pretty good season.
He has, but his team's lost a little bit the last couple games.
Yeah.
You know, he's played good enough. And he's not an MVP per se, but I mean, dude's got balls,
now.
and he fucking will stab you to get a win.
Which you want that type of player.
Hell yeah.
That's the type of player that ends up winning you a Super Bowl, honestly. Drake May, though. So Drake May could be the first player from that 2024 class to win an MVP if he keeps playing the way he's playing. The only thing that I'll hold against him is up until this point, he has had the 30-second easiest schedule, which is the lowest in the league. They've had the easiest schedule in the whole NFL. And I think moving forward, they have like the 27th or 28th for strength of schedule. So it's going to probably continue. And the nice thing is they had a nice game against the Bucks, and a lot of people are high on the Bucks. But this was Henderson's breakout game. He had 2 monster runs this weekend. One was like 77. I think the other was like 61 or something. So that certainly helps. Someone who hasn't been doing that all season has the breakout potential, that type of speed. Henderson finally does it. But I don't want to take away from like what May has been. He's making all the right throws. The placement has just been killer. It's like way ahead of his years. Some of these throws. I wish we had like clips running of like some of these passes he made because I can't even like think back to them. But I just know like sitting there watching him, I'm like, geez, like that's a veteran throw right there that he just made. But I also think like the Patriots, like some people are saying, oh, Patriots, Super Bowl runs through Foxborough. I don't know if that's the case, and I don't even think the Patriots believe that right now because they didn't make one trade at the deadline, and they certainly have the picks. They held on to 11 picks next season. So what's that say about what they think about the season? I mean, they're the third seed in the AFC. They're ahead of the Bills now. They beat the Bills. They just beat the Buccaneers. So, a lot of people were like, all right, in-division rival, AFC, maybe they just showed up for that one game against the Bills. They have to show it to us again. They have to prove it to us. They just proved it to you. They beat the Buccaneers. So I don't know what to think of the season. I know they have a great head coach and
great head coach, great offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Seems like they're getting ready to go again, man. And
for you.
I mean, I'm used to it by now. And I don't think Tom Brady got any less MVPs for literally taking his schwang out and wiping it all over that shitty division for almost 2 decades. So I just think they're great, man. Like they're doing it with people you've not no names, but just like good football teams. And that Vrabel loves that. He doesn't have to deal with he's got Diggs, who's playing out of his fucking mind.
Yeah.
but he's not acting like a prima donna. Seems like they're on the same page where he's getting the most out of him. He's not acting like an asshole. Yeah, I'm scared. They play the Jets Thursday, which could be, disaster
Well,
for Jets fans.
that's the thing that like pops out to me. So in the beginning of the season, when Vrabel came out with his depth chart, there was a lot of guys who like were starters for the Patriots for the past few years, like veteran guys that weren't starting, and the
Yeah.
Patriots were all of a sudden looking to trade. And I think they even got rid of a few of those veteran guys
Yep,
at the trade
they did.
deadline. So like Vrabel has like a player in mind, and he's like the in recent history, he might be the best coach to make the most out of less.
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh too, yes.
Jim Harbaugh.
With the Chargers right now and those Niners teams.
Daboll up to this year made a lot out of nothing. See, actually, that's not fair because they left.
Only.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Definitely.
I would say him. He pops out off the page. The polar opposite of him is the Bills.
Sean McDermott fucking sucks, man. And he's a good coach, but that team needs something more than that.
Yeah.
Like, he should have been fired 2 years ago. It's infuriating that he's still the head. I mean, I'm not infuriating. I'm not a Bills fan, but just like anyone can see it. Like, he's not a good head coach.
He's just wasting
his teams are just dumb.
Yeah, wasting the youth of Josh Allen. One day you're gonna look back and be like, he had to have McDermott as his head coach for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good situation, but Vrabel.
But what are they gonna do? Are they just gonna make Joe Brady the head coach?
That would be interesting, right there. When's the last time something like that happened, where you fired a head coach and you just make, I guess, interim coaches, where ultimately, like Antonio Pierce on the Raiders, but that didn't really work out for them.
Giants with McAdope.
Yeah, that one.
I mean, not an interim. He basically was the coach in waiting when they hired him to be offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but when was the last time because like the Bills are going to make the playoffs most likely.
Oh yeah, no, they're not going to fire him in season.
No. So when was the last time somebody did that, where they fired the coach after the season, and then they hired one of his coordinators? Because usually it's just like a clean house situation. I can't even think of one, honestly, on the spot. I'd have to look that up.
Who was Doug Peterson? What was the deal with him in the field with the Eagles? Was he there?
Oh, I don't know.
Because who was his offensive coordinator? Filippo and Frank Reich. Who else was the offensive coordinator there? Why do I feel like he was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles?
Let's see. Frank Reich and Mike Groh.
Mike Groh, yeah. But no, wasn't he the offensive coordinator for the Eagles?
Who? Peterson?
Dougie P? Yeah.
Let's see Doug Peterson's timeline. Good old Wikipedia usually gives it to you, right? No, he was Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City. Okay, that's it.
But he was the quarterbacks coach for the Eagles from 2011 to 2012.
No, that doesn't count. Someone had to be there. It definitely happened recently.
Head coach to get. This is a good trivia question. Let's see. This would be a good one for AI.
Oh, it was Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, well, he was named the interim coach though, the season.
Yeah, but he was interim and then.
Yeah, which I said Pierce before.
Okay.
For the Raiders. I hope it's not Kafka as the next one. That'd be terrible.
He gives me Ken Dorsey vibes, dude.
Okay.
Not in a good way. Not in a good way.
Ken Dorsey even coaching now?
Yeah, he's the either offensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach somewhere. Let me look. I don't know if he's back in Miami.
No, I don't think it was Miami. I feel like it was a Midwest team.
He's the passing game coordinator for the Cowboys.
Cowboys. Okay.
Fucking Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn.
He was
With
defensive
Atlanta.
coordinator for the Cowboys before he went to the Commanders.
No, with Atlanta.
Uh,
Wasn't he the coordinator and then became head coach?
might have been the case. Dan Quinn. Let's see his timeline.
Because I think, I'm pretty sure he was the defensive coordinator under Mike Nolan. Not Mike Nolan, Mike whatever.
No.
No, he was with Seattle.
Yeah.
Shit. Someone had to get someone. Kyle Shanahan was with San Francisco.
We'll have to ask that after this.
Sirianni? No, Sirianni was the offensive coordinator with the Colts.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, he was Colts. We'll have to look it up. Next podcast, we'll come back with some responses.
Yeah.
One last thing on the Patriots. When you look up and down their roster, can you name 10 players that you get excited about on that
Dude,
team?
I can't name 3 people on that fucking roster. Like, just roster, period.
But it was the same way when he was on the Titans. Like,
yeah. But you had, like, your Derrick Henrys. You had, you had your Delaney Walkers. You had your A.J. Browns.
A.J. Brown for a bit, yeah. I mean, like,
there's some other people.
You have Henderson, you have Stevenson, which Stevenson's not great. Diggs.
Who's the tight end?
Butt is good, right? Is that how you say it? Boutte, the receiver. He's been pretty good.
Sounds French to me.
Henry, yeah, Hunter Henry.
Yeah, like literally the only people I can name on that team are Henry, Diggs, May. That's basically it, dude.
You would know Spillane, the linebacker who leads.
Yeah, fucking dump truck Bob Spillane. Yeah.
Harold Landry's on the team. You know him.
Yeah, but again, they're a bunch of just football players, which is what Vrabel salivates over.
Yeah, he definitely built his roster. He knew what he wanted. This is like the most Vrabel type roster, in my opinion. You just give him this good quarterback and let him run with it, you know? And May's having a great year. 19 touchdowns he's up to on the season. Ravens, though. I know we want to talk a little bit about the Ravens. And also, like, I guess I have one more thought before. If you had to take a bet on who's going to win the division this year, is it the Patriots or Bills?
I don't know, so that says Patriots right off the bat.
I think because of the strength of schedule, Patriots might squeak this one out. But then again, like, are they going to have a coming down to earth game in the future? Because
Oh, they definitely will. It's the NFL. Every team has one of those games a year.
Yeah, I mean, strength of schedule, it's still going to be pretty easy from here on out. But who's to say, like, they just keep winning against those bad teams? Who's to say that they're not going to have a slip up and it's going to be like a confidence killer? Maybe it lasts like 2-3 weeks or something. It happened to the Dolphins that one year where the Bills caught them. What was that, 2 years ago? Bills came back. Nobody thought they were even going to be in the playoffs that year. And they just had like a great second half of the year. So, I don't know. Something tells me to stick with the Patriots, go with the hot team, the team with the easier schedule the rest of the way. But I also know what like Josh Allen's capable of and what the Bills are capable of, and they can catch a team. I would never count them out per se. But like if I had to answer my own question, I would say the Patriots. But yeah, Ravens have won 3 straight. Lamar Jackson's back. Actually, Lamar Jackson has more touchdowns this season than Josh Allen, and he's missed the entire month. What do you make of that situation? Like, Ravens sound like they're probably going to run away with it.
They're getting hot.
Yeah.
Look out. They're getting hot. I think that they're going to, if they stay healthy, they'll probably win the division. They might not win. They might not lose another game in 2025. Yeah, just if they stay healthy, they could finally go this year.
They got a lot of help against the Vikings.
They did, but you need it. You need those good breaks. You put yourself in position to get those breaks.
But
they're just a great team, and that division is again, it's weird. Butt cheeks kind of. Steelers fading fast.
Yeah. And the rest are just like not even worth
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. The
If,
Browns lost to the Jets.
if Jackson doesn't lose a month, he's probably the front runner of the MVP running. He has 15 touchdown passes this year and just one interception.
What were his odds again? 400?
No, he wasn't even on that list I had.
Exactly. So you hammer that number now.
Well, you actually believe that Lamar Jackson can catch the MVP?
I think it's going to finish Lamar Jackson and Mahomes. Because Mahomes' numbers right now, plus 400. If you're a gambler, you get on that now as fast as you can. Because what happened this week? What did Mahomes do play-wise? He had a bye, so naturally his numbers are going to go back.
Yeah.
So you fucking hammer that. But yeah, I mean, I could totally see Lamar Jackson winning the MVP.
He's tied with Baker Mayfield and Justin Herbert at plus 2,500. So they're saying he has a chance.
Why not sprinkle a couple shekels here or there on that?
Yeah, you won big. I really think like I think May's gonna come back down to earth. I don't know, like Taylor's gonna continue, but like the MVP voters always have like a running back bias. Well, not a quarterback bias, I should say. So he would like Saquon Barkley didn't even win MVP last year, and he rushed for over 2,000 yards. So it's gonna be like almost impossible for Taylor to get that. I think Allen.
Who was the last running back to win MVP?
That's a good question too.
Was it Adrian Peterson? Probably.
To win MVP, Adrian Peterson in 2012 rushed for 2,097 yards. What a
Freak.
season! He was such a beast. My last topic, and then we'll do some picks. Who are you more excited about this season, Seahawks or Colts?
Yes.
Both.
I'm more excited to see which quarterback turns more into a pumpkin, to be totally honest. They're both looking at each other like that Spider-Man meme.
Jones is showing it earlier.
Yeah, but Darnold's got they're both it's gonna be bad for both fan bases when they both just.
To be fair, Darnold didn't do it until the last two games, and it was the two most important games, but it was the last two games, and I think that fear that he always tails out kind of was why the Vikings didn't sign him. Because I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, the Vikings should have signed Sam Darnold or." Daniel.
No, after what he did there, the best thing they could have all done was get the hell out of there because I don't think he would have been able to overlive that.
He threw 35 touchdown passes last year. That's incredible.
Darnold?
Yeah. Is that wild?
What did he go? 35 and 17?
12 interceptions.
Well, holy shit. Damn.
He has 17 and 6 this year. And it looks like he's going to throw
still good numbers, especially playing in Seattle. Dude, he's a good player, man. That's why Clint Kubiak needs to be looked at as a head coach.
Also, what they've been able to do with Jackson Smith-Njigba, I mean, he might be the best receiver in the league this year.
I don't know.
Who's better? He's first in receiving yards, fifth in receptions.
Mike Evans is hurt.
Yeah.
No, you might be right. Maybe Amon St. Brown.
Who?
St. Brown.
Yeah. If
or
Puka didn't get hurt, he would probably be the guy.
Yeah. As a Giants fan, speaking of, just real quick aside, would you still rather have Malik Neighbors over Odunze?
Yes, 100%.
Yes, fair.
I think what the ceiling wise, this could potentially, in my opinion, be one of Odunze's better seasons, or this is what you'll come to expect from him. I think Neighbors is the type of guy where you could see him at 130 catches,
Yeah, Neighbors and Dart could be something fucking obscene.
Yeah.
It could be out of this fucking world awesome.
Let's put it this way. I think Odunze, his ceiling is being a top 10 receiver, at the bottom of that top 10 list.
Neighbors could be the receiver.
He could be the best. He could be consistently be a top 3 in the league every year.
Yeah.
So,
he reminds me of Julio Jones, man. Maybe not as strong, but just
not as strong.
fucking good.
He kind of I hate to say it, but he reminds me of another Giants receiver, Odell Beckham. He's got the same size.
No, they play differently.
Yeah, Neighbors is more over the top, but they're the same.
Neighbors is more physical than Odell.
They're the same size.
Are they really?
I think so. What was
No, Odell's small, man. Odell's maybe 6'1".
Neighbors is 6 foot.
6'3".
6 foot, 200 pounds.
Dude, Neighbors plays like he's fucking 6'4".
Odell Beckham was 5'11", 201. So they're the same.
Yeah,
weight.
no way. Odell Beckham is 5. He's 5'10".
Yeah, I mean they always lie on their height.
But dude, Neighbors plays like he's a 6'4" guy. Holy shit.
I don't even know, like, it might be leaping ability, but, like, just some of the circus catches that Neighbors can do. I will, like, honestly, I will never forget the Cowboys catch he had, and I brought it up on this podcast, where the defender just totally took away his vision, and he just put out his hands and caught it still. Like, it was so ridiculous. I would go as far as, like, watch the replay of that, because people are going to say you're crazy for saying this. I thought that catch was better than Odell Beckham's one-handed catch. Like,
did you?
Like taking away someone's vision like that, having to.
Oh, Neighbors one.
I think
now did the Neighbors one come in a win?
No, that's
so
the
they're both
thing,
yeah.
That's the only thing you're
both
taking away from him. But like that type of like, yeah, you might get pass interference there, but I would say 99% of people are not coming down with that catch. We've seen one-handed catch since Odell Beckham's.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to take away from what Odell Beckham's been able to do, or was able to do with the Giants. I loved Odell Beckham, honestly. And I know he parted ways on, like, tough terms when he went to the Browns. And, like, now he's coming out in interviews saying that, like, the Giants did it on purpose. They traded him to the Browns because they wanted to.
They absolutely traded him to the Browns on purpose.
He felt like
they absolutely did that on purpose.
Yeah. Anything else in the NFL, or are we good with picks?
No, we're good for. You want to make picks, even though it's Monday?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, all right. We'll make early picks.
We gotta listen back and come up with our records this year.
Yeah, early picks for the week. Week 10?
I think I'm kind of done with picking the local teams. We could do the Jets, Patriots, but I don't even really want to touch the Giants, Packers game.
No, if we're gonna we gotta do both.
All right.
Hold on, I don't even think the Giants Packers game's on here right now.
Buccaneers Bills we have to do.
Okay.
Bears Vikings we should do.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks Rams.
Yo, so the Giants are not even on here yet.
I got the picks. I got the ones for us.
You do? Okay.
It's Jets Patriots.
No, just
Jets Patriots 1, Packers Giants. I have ESPN bet.
Okay.
Spread.
Is that still a thing?
Until like late November, early December.
Gotcha.
And then Buccaneers Bills 3, Bears Vikings 4, Seahawks Rams 5, and then we finish out with. Actually, we got to do Broncos Chiefs 6, and then Lions Eagles. So why don't we get rid of that Giants game? I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm down. We don't have to do the Jets either.
This is a really good week, actually.
Yeah, there are some good games.
So let's start off. If we're not going to do the Jets, then let's do Bears Vikings first. No, Buccaneers Bills. Buccaneers Bills first.
Bucks Bills?
Yeah, 1 p.m. game.
What's your number on that?
-5.5. Yeah.
What's the weather gonna be like in Buffalo?
I don't know if I have weather yet.
Let me look. I gotcha. So the weather in Buffalo will be. We're looking at rain. Rain near a quarter of an inch, 10 to 20 miles an hour.
And we don't even know if Bucky Irving's going to be back.
5.5. I will take the Tampa Bay Bucks in a field goal game.
Okay. I don't know about field goal rain, but I kind of like that Bucks pick, honestly. I don't know if it's going to rain then. I don't know how it's going to hit 49.5. But I don't like both teams are coming off a loss, so you can't even use like the Bills are hungry type thing, at home. Um,
Yep.
I think this is a good Bucks team. Like they're going to be trouble for anyone who faces them in the playoffs this year. So, yeah, I'm with you on the Bucks on that one.
Gotcha.
Let's do Bears Vikings. What do you have for that? Like, total
Uh,
48 and a half,
what time's the game?
1 p.m.
Bears Vikings 3.
Minus 3.5. I have,
I've got 3.
and
All right,
then
we'll do 3.5 Vikings. And what's your over under?
48 and a half.
I got 47.5,
Let's do
48
47.
and a half.
Let's do 47 and a half then. I like yours.
I'll take the over that one.
That works. I'm gonna go Vikings here. Vikings at home.
Vikings, gotcha.
Next one, Seahawks Rams. You want to do? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm done. Give me the Rams.
yeah. We got
Lock of the week.
yeah. I was thinking that. Rams are only minus 2.5. The total here is 48 and a half. I like you gotta hammer that Rams
Yep.
minus 2.5 at home too. Um, let's do Chiefs Broncos next. Chiefs are on the road, but they're also favorites. They're minus 3.5. The total is 44 and a half.
This is a tough game.
It
This is
is.
a very tough game.
I think this is the Chiefs game to win. I'm taking.
So do I. I think the Broncos are due to lose a game.
Yeah.
I'll take the Chiefs minus 3.5 on the road.
Lions Eagles. Eagles are home. The over under is 49 and a half. It's minus 1.5 for Eagles.
I don't like this game.
I don't either. I'm just gonna go the over, honestly.
See, this is a weird game because you're taking a dome team out. The
Yeah.
last time these two teams played each other, I believe, was the infamous snow game in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So weather here is going to be decent Sunday. I'm going to take Philly, and I'm going to give you a score of 24-23.
Oh, wow. Well, that's not taking Philly then. They're minus 1.5.
Fuck. Damn it.
24-21. They stopped them.
Yeah, I'm going to take Philly in a low 20s game. Very good game.
Okay, so that's our picks right there. We'll lock them in, and that should be a wrap for our show. I'm going to throw out my usual, because we actually have received some volume. We did. Mike and I did the college football show. I don't know if you listened to it, Mike or John.
Yeah, I saw it.
But it was fun, and I've been clipping it up, and I'm going to do the same thing with this episode, where I'll clip it up and put it up there. But I don't throw our TikTok out there too often, but I posted on TikTok the Ohio State part of our conversation from college football, and we're up to 142 likes, 26 comments. People seem to be liking those short clips on there. So, as long as it's good conversation, I'll throw it up there. But, follow us everywhere. Under Further Review on YouTube. Under Further Review Pod, I believe, is our Instagram. And then also our TikTok, Under Further Review Pod. So I'm going to be clipping things up. I'm going to be putting them up throughout the week. You should be getting 2 episodes this week. The NFL one. John, you're more than welcome to join the college one if you like college football. If not, Mike and I are going to hold down the fort. But yeah, we're going to keep doing these NFL ones throughout the season. And, we'll be back next week with this one. But until then, we'll see you later in the week, I guess.
And politicians, get back to work, every effing single one of you.
That's where I'm leaving it.
See ya!